Sorry, all of the stack below them, and one of those squads. So all the guys in, I think it's K6.
Boy, here it comes. So that is 3 infantry units there, right?
Into
I1. Okay.
Yep.
And
then
that's
the full squad.
Okay, is the 8 or the 4?
I'll do the full squad, the 8. So.
I'll be taking some opportunity fire on that action.
I think you will. Yep.
Oh shit! I see what's coming. No.
And then that half squad.
Okay.
That half squad in J5 will move up into the sandbag position at F. Is it F4?
Yep. And he can 1, 2, 3, 4. That's legal.
Yep.
Oh no! I hope I don't lose another game. Oh, that's okay. All right. No more soft pitch games. I think you understand the system pretty well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and kick off with some Israeli opportunity fire. Three infantry units in the hex. Okay, so zooming in a little bit. This is going to get hella important here. Okay, the stack that is taking the opportunity fire is this stack here in India 2. Technically, I can also take it from H2 because, again, H1 is not a woods hex. So I'd be shooting from the center of H2 to the center of India 1 that would be scraping past the woods hex of I2. I'd have to add 1 to my die roll on top of everything else. I may wind up having to do that, but let me see how well this one takes place first. You're allowed to throw grenades into a normal anti-firepower or anti-personnel firepower attack if the range is point blank. So basically, these guys will be able to use grenades, while of course these guys up here will not, because they're more than 1 hex away. So I have 3 eligible infantry units in that stack. 3 of my 5 remaining grenades. We're not allowing medics to throw grenades. Medics can really only add their firepower when they don't really have firepower. That 0 asterisk, they get 2 points when they're assaulting. The medic carries a pistol and a knife, basically, but he's not going to throw any grenades. Otherwise, I would have 4 grenade counters throwing over there right now. So I have a grand total of 3 grenades. Now let's add up all my firepower points. I have 5, I have 10, and I have 2. That's a grand total of 17. That's not great. Okay, that's not nearly as many as I wish. I get to subtract 2 from the die roll because it's point blank attack during opportunity fire. Subtract 2. Subtract 2 for my officer. There's a -2 officer there. I'm at -4. Subtract 3 more for my 3 grenades. I'm at now subtract 7 from my 2d6. I have to add 2 for your woods. So it's a net of subtract 5 from my die roll. So I really have to roll well here. So I only have 17. Not great. That stack has no support weapons.
And you wouldn't do any more?
In the interest of 100% fairness, I'm going to unpin this officer. And here's why. You started off in India 5, if memory serves?
Yes, yeah.
So he moves 1, 2, 3. He only had to spend half of his movement. He could have used the assault move anyway.
Oh, okay.
That's going to make a difference, big time, in what I'm assuming is coming up. I'm assuming that an assault is coming. That officer's going to make a big difference. Because not only does he get to add a -1 to his roll, I'm assuming there's assault coming, right?
Yeah, I'm going to assault. Yep.
Okay. That -1,
he gets
the
to-
officer, he gets to add that -1 to his roll, and he
And he
counts
can
as an
also-
additional infantry unit. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yep. So he can throw. Oh no, I was just going to say, yeah, he can throw an extra grenade into that.
Okay, so I will zoom back out and ask if you want to do any more movement. I think you're pretty much done with movement, right?
Yeah, that was the last of my movement. I think
Okay.
everything else is.
We've done my opportunity fire, we now do my defensive fire. Again, this is why I was mentioning earlier, my southern 2 platoons here to the south have had to stop their east to west, their west to east drive on these objective axes. And what they've had to do instead is pivot northwards and put down some fire support to help this platoon to the north. This platoon to the north right now is completely pinned down. So I am unable to throw, and obviously a pinned unit can't fire. So I am unable to put any kind of a fire out of Charlie 2 into this Valor's hex over here in Charlie 1. So he's totally dependent upon supporting fire from this platoon down here in the south. There's a lot of firepower down there. Unfortunately, I have to shoot across this wall, which is going to slow me down a little bit. Okay, so I have 2 for an officer, 2 half squads, and a full squad. That's 20, 22, plus an RPG that is in range, plus a Negev light machine gun that is in range. So that's 2 plus 4. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to
28.
2 plus 4 is 6, 26, 28 total points. -1
You're
for my
1
officer.
point shy.
Sorry?
You're 1 point shy of being on the light artillery
the
scale.
artillery table, right? Alright, so I'm on the blue table. I have to subtract 1. I have to add 1 for the wall. Shooting over the wall is an impediment. I get to subtract 1 for my officer, but then I have to subtract 2 more for the woods that you're in up here in Charlie 1. Long story short, I have to add 2 to my die roll. Oh, 3 and a 4 becomes 7. I keep getting like these middle of the road die rolls. 7 becomes a 9. That is 2 casualty points assessed against the stack in Charlie 1.
I think it's 1. Is it a 7, 8, 9 on that blue?
Oh, sorry, you're right. You're right. 7 becomes a 9. Sorry, it's 1 casualty point.
My valorous officer will just tank that.
Okay, he's going to pin himself, but because he's valorous, he's not pinned. So no effect.
Yep.
That sucks big balls. All right. That's it for my defensive fire. I think I'm going to lose this game. Oh no. Now for what I'm dreading. This assault. Okay. This could be the game, ladies and gentlemen. Could be the game. Either way, it's going to be huge. Okay. I have exactly 1 grenade left.
2. You have 2.
2 grenades left. I'll take it. I have 2 grenades left. I'm totally using them.
Yep.
I don't care. All right.
And I'm going to be throwing 2 grenades as well.
You're going 2 grenades, 1 for your full squad and 1 for your
Yep.
officer. You have, I think, all your grenades
Yep.
left.
I do, yeah.
Okay, he's throwing in 2. Awesome. He would throw in more, but not enough of his guys survived my opportunity fire. Oh, man. Okay. He's got a grand total of 14 points. Sorry, 12 points. 2 for Lieutenant Zaid, 8 for his PLO squad, and then that PLO squad is carrying a support weapon, an RPK, that he gets to use. Again, there are certain support weapons you cannot use on an assault. You can't use mortars on an assault. You know, you can't charge into a assault with a mortar under your arm and fire, you know, point blank like a shotgun. And that's again reflected in the weight class. This is an L, so you can totally use it. Long story short, you've got 12 points. I have 12, 17 points. So I have more points than you. That puts you at the 1 to 2 table. You have to roll 5 or less. You get to add 2 to your die roll because of my grenades. You get to subtract 2 from your die roll because of your grades, so that's going to balance out. You get to subtract 1 from your die roll for your commander. I get to add 2 to your die roll because of my commander. Our commanders are literally fist fighting each other in the state orchard. I guess I also get to add 2 to my medic. The medic is helping out, so I have a grand total of 18. 12, 17, I got 19. 19 against 12. Either way, you're on the 1 to 2 table. So it's on the 1 to 2 table.
And I'm adding 1.
A net, you're adding 1 to the die roll, so you have to roll a 4 or less on 2d6.
Here we go. A 1 and a 3.
Are you actually shitting me right now?
Took a photo. I'll let you post it up in the.
Well, actually, hold on. Whoa. Let's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to take 5 casualty points.
Yep. So I'm going to be. My officer will be pinned, and that'll be. Everything else will be dead. So that cost me 5 half stacks just to do that assault.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And all those 3 were evacuated.
I've just taken 5 more. Because that full squad counts as 2. Because he's a full squad. So it's 1,
that's right.
2, 3, 4 for the medic, and 5 for the half squad. Pretty sure that's game. The only reason I'm not 100% sure it's game is this pinned guy here. Well, it's up to you. We're about to find out. Bring to front. It depends on your after action roll. To be perfectly honest. It's literally going to come down to the very next die roll.
Yep.
Whoa. And, all right, hold on. That officer rallies. That's it. If the officer doesn't rally, I get to counterattack and reclaim these casualty points. The reason these guys aren't killed or executed or captured or whatever is because he's pinned at the moment. That's the only assault we have in the game. So now we go to your after action phase. Right, there's nothing else going on. Nobody else here is pinned. Nobody else is pinned. Nobody else is pinned. Okay.
No.
It is your after action phase. You have to roll a 6 or less to unpin that officer. That officer does not get to apply his bonus against himself because he's pinned.
Yep. Double 6s.
12. That's a catastrophic failure. That would be an Israeli sniper if it was an anti-firepower defense check. But it's not. It's just a regular roll. So that officer is not pinned. So I'm pretty sure I've lost this game. But perhaps not. Because now what's going to happen is I'm going to assault into that hex on my turn 3, automatically kill him because he's still going to be pinned, and reclaim those casualties.
Maybe a POW.
Oh yeah, a POW too. But still, that's 5 times 3, that's 15 more victory points. Pretty sure that's going to be... holy crap. That was a gutsy move, man. I'm pretty sure it just went...
I'm ridiculously lucky that paid off. That shouldn't have paid off.
Yeah, that 4 is a nice roll. Still, even a successful assault, even an unsuccessful assault would have cost me a few casualty points, but I might have been able to, pin some people and maybe take one casualty point, but yeah, that's nasty. Okay, but no worries. We're now beginning turn 3. All Israeli forces automatically unpin. This is the beginning of their turn.
Yep.
Basically, guys, the way the turn sequence works is if you get units pinned, at the end of your turn, you get a chance to rally them. If that fails, then they're pinned during the enemy's turn, which is not good, but not necessarily lethal. The good news is at the beginning of your next turn, everything automatically rallies. I'm going to go to my fire phase. My direct fire phase, I'm going to do the same thing again with, what did I say, 28? I was 1 point short of this gigantic blast up here. I mean, we already passed. What I forgot to do, I forgot to try and rally, I forgot to try to evacuate that prisoner.
Oh, you got a medic up there. Oh, sorry, yeah. There's a casualty up the top too. You can get rid of with the medic.
That takes place during my after action phase. That will happen.
Oh, okay, sorry.
That will happen at the end of the turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I built the turn sequence that way. Well, it's Barry S. Doyle's turn sequence. But when I plugged in medics into his turn sequence, I did it that way on purpose because I wanted that occasional drama where you would literally have some guys with machine guns, some guys firing rockets and grenade launchers, while like 5 feet behind them, there's a guy trying to pour sulfur into a sucking chest wound or something. You know, so that medic is there trying to, in that bombed out building, that medic is trying to save that casualty as the gunfire is taking place, literally in the same hex. And this all happened last turn, so we can get rid of all this. Unless you want to give me more airstrikes and mortars, no? Consolation prize? All right, I see how you are. He's not even answering that one, folks. No more Israeli airstrikes. You've had enough.
Maybe if my lieutenant had rallied. But
well, that would have been that's totally, because then these 5 are automatically KOZs, and that's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That's 30 victory points, dude. That is golf Oscar, baby. Game over. There's not even 30 victory points on the board, man. Holy crap. That's a parade all the way back to Beirut there. Prisoners. Okay, enough jabbering. That's my crossfire that I'm setting up there. Into Hex Charlie 1, 7. Oh, we already said this a couple times now. 28. I have to add a net of -2 to the die roll. -1 for officer, +1 for wall, and +2 for your woods.
Yep.
1 and a 5 becomes a 6, becomes an 8. 2 casualty points against that stack in the woods.
I will pin the lieutenant.
All right. Next, we have another 12. 17, 20. That ball rocket is 1, 2. That ball rocket's too far away. Damn it. Everyone notices that ball rocket has a range of 3. I can't use it yet because he's too far away. Also, it's an expendable weapon. People who know military gear know that at law you fire it once and it's a disposable rocket. So I wouldn't want to use it right now anyway. But in either event, it's too far away. It only has a range of 3. So it's going to be 3 plus. In fact, did I use that 5 in earlier fire phases?
No, you haven't used the one.
If I did, guys, I apologize. If I ever counted that in my number, obviously the switch is being recorded, so I'm going to be on the court of public opinion here. Hopefully, I didn't screw that up. 8 and 12 is 20 points. 20 total points. Net. Okay, that guy is now pinned. It doesn't make any sense. Net, add 1 to the battle. Okay, a little bit better. A 1 and a 3 becomes a 4. And 1 becomes a 5. 5 on 20. Is 5 more
that
casualty
is-
points.
So that'll be the full squad dead and the half squad pinned.
The half squad is carrying the machine gun, so the machine gun is pinned as well. Okay, cool. I finally caught a break. It's been a brutal game for me so far.
It has been, yeah, very brutal.
Okay. That's going to be it for my direct fire. Your defensive fire phase.
I'm not
sorry,
going to do
my
any.
movement.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you
Civilians.
moved.
B4 civilians is not moving. Charlie 1 civilians not moving. In far south. Kilo 6. 5, it is moving. And he is moving. Apparently, he wants to go over to Kilo 2. They're running into the orchard for some reason. They left something out there. They buried some money out there or something. Okay, so that's it for civilians. We now go to my movement phase. I only have 2 squads, 2 stacks. Both stacks of fire, so I have no movement. We go to your defensive fire phase.
Okay, so I can't shoot at the top.
Yep.
The hex in F5 will fire at the guys in the jungle down there in the orchard. F5 at H2.
Got it. That's going to be 8 and add 2 to the die roll.
Okay. 5 and a 4 is 9, so nothing.
Comes to 11, no dice. All right. I don't think this guy back here in the sandbags has any line of sight.
No, I don't think so. It's-
Nothing there, and his line of sight ends, no, nothing there. Okay. That's going to end assault. That's going to end movement phase. Sorry, defensive fire phase. We're now going to go to assault movement.
Yep.
Or technically advance and assault phase. That is technically considered an assault, and that is a prisoner.
Yep.
Hey, Lieutenant Zaid, you've got some questions to answer, buddy. We are not happy with you at all right now. That was definitely not cool. Okay, they're gonna stay put. Okay, I'm going on to my after action phase. My after action phase consists of this medic up here in Charlie 2 automatically evacuates that casualty.
Yep.
I already have them accounted for down here, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete the counter. Those 3 guys are safely evacuated. Okay, here I have no more casualties. Oh, I'm sorry, no more medics. Because one of those casualties is a medic. Sorry to say. So my choice is, do I count this officer as an infantry unit and allow him to make the roll, or do I allow him to apply his -1 bonus to these 3? I'm going to go ahead and choose the former. I'm sorry, I'll try to choose the latter, and I'll make 3 rolls at 7 or less to evacuate these casualties. I'm evacuating casualties first. I'm not worried about POWs. So I get 3 rolls.
Yep.
Okay, that is a 5 and a 2 is a 7. That's barely a success. 6 and a 1. That's another barely success. Holy shit, did I make the right choice? And 7. I'm sorry, a 6 and a 4 is a 10. That's not going to help. So it's 2 casualties evacuated. 3 casualties remain in that hex. Oh man. All we need now is some civilians to run in there. To make that hex even more jumbled.
Oh, that would be.
Technically it's not legal because that stack is already overstacked. Civilians can't move into an
Oh,
overstacked
okay.
hex.
Yeah.
They literally bounce out of the hex, there's no room for them. And that's going to be it for my turn. We go to
Okay.
BO turn 3.